All right, and welcome to the 6/2/25 edition of Props and Picks TV. I'm Adam, joined here by Frank. Frank, how did your bets go yesterday on baseball and tennis?
They were great.
There.
I bet $190 to make 1800. It was great. Hit all six legs. Three tennis, three baseballs. As I said yesterday, they were all in my parlay. All hit. It was a fantastic day for me. I had like an over 80% win rate on all my game picks yesterday.
Nice, nice. Coming a little laggy in on
And
my
well,
screen with the camera, but we'll see if that cuts out. We have some technical issues today over here at Props Picks TV, but we're not going to let that deter us from giving you some winning lineups. Yeah, I didn't do so hot yesterday. I went all in on Judge and Otani, or sorry, not Judge, Goldschmidt and Otani, and neither one of them came through. Even though Goldschmidt had 6 at bats in that game, and Otani left some people on base and really dropped the ball on securing that play for us. But yeah, just one thing. Just shout out who we're kind of supporting here. A couple different websites of Prize Picks. If you make a $5 deposit, you get $50 on your first deposit. Link in the description below. Also, we've been kind of playing around with Boom Fantasy. We'll pop that link in there to you for you as well. It's a really cool website. If you check out some of our shorts, you can kind of see how that works here. So yeah, we got 7 games today. First game is about to kick off here in 13 minutes. We'll try and get through that one here quickly here for you. As we'll go through these, a lot of props actually stick out to me today, but the money lines are a little tough to kind of pick a side here on a few of these games. But first game we have is Colorado against Miami. We've got Marquez going up against Meyer. Miami sitting at a -199 favorite, over under set at 8 runs here. From a pick standpoint, nobody in this one really I'm attacking. You got two pretty mediocre pitchers, especially Marquez. The over actually of 8 runs might be in play, but I probably just would stay away from this. Again, Colorado sucks. They're 9-50. That's crazy to look at, but no one I hear that I would really put any money on today. You see anything here that you want to attack?
yeah, so this game, Marquez is pitching. He's an ERA above 7 today, but I think he's a slightly better pitcher than that. And Max Meyer, he started off really well during the season, but last two games he's been giving a lot of hits. So actually, Miami's been like all usually underdogs, but during this game he's actually a much favorite. But right here during this game, I would actually choose for value the Colorado Rockies plus money, but I don't really recommend it.
All right, yeah, that's certainly spicy with a 9-50 record, but yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah,
Miami's not
but
exactly good.
this is giving you value because I haven't picked a lot of Colorado Rockies during the season, but this is a serious consideration because Miami's Marlins are not that good, and Myers been falling off lately.
Yeah, and as I look at this Colorado lineup, I did not realize that Keston Herrera is back in the major league. This guy used to be a second baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, and wow, I didn't realize he played last year too. He is still really bad. Um, so you know what? I might pick the under one, whatever his over under hits runs RB is set at. I would go lower. He's just really bad. I'm not sure how he managed to make his way back into the major leagues. I'm curious what he was doing down there in AAA that made them decide that he should get a call up. Um, okay, well, we'll see if that translates over to the major leagues, but really not somebody I'm attacking. I would go under here. I don't like to bet unders, but I'd bet the under here. Moving on, Tyler Anderson going up against Richard Fitz. We got LA versus Boston. Over under set at 9.5 runs. Boston line set at -150. From a betting proposition standpoint, I always love me a little Zach Neto over 1.5, but I don't think I'd really looking at anything in this game. Some coming up here though that I'm definitely gonna be looking at. Are you leaning towards the side here?
Yeah, I'm actually leaning towards the Boston Red Sox during this game. the teams are pretty much even, and I think the starting pitchers they are pretty even. So there's barely going to be any runs scored in the early innings. But so I think this will come down to the relief pitchers, really. And the Angels, the ERA of their bench pitchers are just is just dead last. Okay, and Boston has a much better ERA from their relief pitchers. So I lean. That's why I lean the Sox today.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, this is too close. Both these teams are pretty similar. Not really anything sticking out for me. But this next game, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Aaron Savali versus Bradley Singer. Milwaukee minus 109, pretty much a pick 'em here. Over under set at 9 runs. Yeah, and I do see it as a pick 'em. Both these pitchers really aren't that great. Bradley Singer was pretty good when he pitched for the Kansas City. Not sure if he was there last year or the year before. But there are a couple things sticking out here. I do like Churio over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I also like Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I think both of those are really good plays here. I think they both got some opportunities to get some hits. Churio's been doing really well. Ellie De La Cruz, we take a look over his last like 10 games. He's hitting the over 1.5 hits, RBIs in pretty much over 80% of his games here. So I like both of those, but I don't really have a pick here from a money line standpoint. Are you leaning towards either side?
Not particularly. Aaron Civil has just been pretty bad this season. And as you said, Brady Singer, Kansas City last year. This year he's okay, not that good. But I'll follow you on this one. I'm also gonna pick Ella De La Cruz for plus 1.5 runs, hits, and RBIs because I don't really have a side here.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Moving on to our next three games. We've got four left to wrap it up here. We got Detroit and Chicago. Jack Flaherty going against Jonathan Cannon. Detroit minus 243, over under set at 8.5. And looking at this game here, I would say that I'm leaning towards the Detroit side. I also am going heavily on Kerry Carpenter. And if you look at his statistics against this pitcher today, he is 4 for 7. Oh, wrong one. I believe he actually is 4 for 7. We're looking at a line there, 4 for 7. But, and it is not popping up for me. Let me see if I can. Where are you?
Well,
Anyway, you're gonna have to take my word for it, but he is 4 for 7 with 2 home runs. I like him to hit a home run, and I also like over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for him. And I'd probably pick Detroit. What about you?
I lean towards Detroit during this game because Sox has been just bad last 2 years. Last year they were like dead last almost. This year their record's only 18-41. That's pretty bad. But the scary part about this game is Jack Flaherty hasn't been doing that good lately. But Detroit is still one of the better teams out there. Their bats are hot. And I'll take a little sprinkle also on Kerry Carpenter plus 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
All right. Moving on to our 9:45 p.m. game, San Diego versus San Francisco, California matchup with Stephen Colette going against Logan Webb. San Francisco a minus 176 favorite, over under set at 7.5 runs. And in this game, Manny Machado against Logan Webb. He's batting like 370. He has 1 home run and about 35 plate appearances. So I do think he would be a good hit run RBI over for today. I would not bet him to hit a home run though. Also Jackson Merrill, limited sample size. He's also somebody that you could get in there. I believe he's 4 for 7 against Logan Webb. Either one of these. Also Luis Ariz, when I was looking up, he's very good as well. So any of these 2 through 4 hitters, you could plug them in there for the hits, runs, RBIs. From a standpoint of who's going to win, I think I would probably lean towards probably San Diego here. What about you?
Um, I actually don't have a money line pick for this game. These teams have almost exact same ERA. Stefan Kolik, he was doing really well during the season, beginning of the season, but recently, last game, he didn't do very well. He lost it. Oh no, yeah, he lost the previous two games. Last game they won, but he gave up a lot of hits. He's just been pitching off lately. And Logan Webb, he's always good, but I look at this as a pick 'em. I'll just take a little sprinkle on Manny Machado plus 1.5 runs, hits, and RBIs.
All right. Kicking off the next game, we got Minnesota versus Athletics. Joe Ryan going up against Luis Severino. Minnesota minus 169 favorite and over under at 9.5. Who do you have in this one?
Mm, look real fast. You said the Twins game, right?
Twins versus Athletics.
Okay. I actually am leaning towards Twins. Joe Ryan, he's a pretty good pitcher, but he always has issues with the home run ball. Um, but I think in this game against the Athletics, he should still be able to get the win.
Yeah, this game, I would pick the Twins. No one in terms of a money line, or sorry, as a proposition bet that I would lean towards. I always like to bet decent hitters against mediocre pitchers, batting at the top of the lineup, an away team, because you know they're going to get a lot of at bats, a lot of opportunities to hit over 1.5s on the hits, runs, RBIs. So I don't mind that on Byron Buxton. He would be towards the bottom of my list of picks, though. So maybe something you can look at there. Looks like they have a couple of guys out of their lineup right now, but yeah, he would probably be someone I might sprinkle in. One last game here. I got a late game 10-10, New York versus Dodgers. Got a matchup of Soto versus Otani. Got Paul Blackburn, former Athletics pitcher. Looks like he's making his debut today for this season against Dustin May, who's been pretty solid this year. We got the Dodgers as a 159 favorite, over under at 9.5 runs. This is an interesting one. Otani, who we thought might smash yesterday, did not do much at all. Typically, he does not have too many games like that where he really doesn't do much of anything. I do like him to rebound here today. I like him out the plus 1.5 runs, hits, RBIs. Also wouldn't mind sprinkling him to hit a home run. I think there's some potential for a home run today. So I go with that, and I would lean Dodgers. And this one, Paul Blackburn just isn't that good. There's probably going to be a bullpen day for the Mets, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to take down this Dodgers lineup that is just stacked from top to bottom. Um, you got anything that sticks out to you here on this last game?
Yeah, I actually agree. I'm leaning towards the Dodgers. Paul Blackburn, he did okay at Athletics last year. Let's see his ERAs. But his ERA was still above 4. So he's a mediocre pitcher. And as you said, this is his season debut. I don't really choose pitchers on their season debut because they usually do bad. But Mets though lately, their hits they've been hitting, but I still think the Dodgers can make it out because they have obviously Shohei Otani.
Did you say
I
you'd make
understand
out
that
with the Dodgers?
No, I did not say that.
Gonna have to tell your wife.
But I remember that the Mets actually won the last series when they played against the Dodgers. But the last two series, they only beat the two worst off games in this league, the White Sox and the Rockies. Even though they swept the Rockies, I still think the Dodgers can beat them today.
All right. Yeah, this lineup is just impressive. Circling back to Otani, he's 4 for 9 against this pitcher today. I might point out. I was remembering when he was on the Angels, he probably faced Paul Blackburn a lot against the Athletics, and yeah, he's Bet your bottom dollar he's going over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs today. And yeah, this lineup is just outside of Max Muncy and Confronto, who really aren't doing much of anything this season. Tommy Edman, I mean, he was starting off good before he got injured. He got this prospect catcher who's really good. You've got another Japanese player on this team that's having a fantastic start to the year. And then you've got this middle of the order that's doing really well. Andy Pages, however you want to say it, is he's having a really good season. Freddie Freeman's up to his old tricks. Teoscar Hernandez, another guy who got injured here early on in the year, was starting off super hot. I think he's still doing pretty solid. So yeah, I don't see the Dodgers losing many games this season. They've lost quite a bit so far because of all the pitching injuries. But as those injuries heal, we're going to like the Dodgers a lot here this season. So be familiar with hearing their name. But any other bets outside of MLB that you're looking at today? Oh, we lost Frank. I did not realize. Well, we're going to continue solo here. See if Frank has added anything here that he would like to add on. But yeah, looking here, we're gonna go shout out our who we're supporting here, Prize Picks. Again, link in the description. Oh, we're back. We're back. Is everything okay? Did we have a power outage?
No, Discord went out. But I was still in the video, Ninja video.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
But I got some
we'll have our
quick
IT
rundown
team
for
work on that one.
tennis. Got a quick rundown for tennis here.
All right.
There was a couple upsets today. Jessica Pegula lost as a high seed, 3 versus like 300 something ATP. Jack Draper lost this morning. I just have one pick for tomorrow because the other odds are bad. I would pick Musetti versus TFO. I have TFO. No, sorry, I don't have TFO winning. I have Musetti winning tomorrow. The other ones are just bad odds. And, yep, that's all I got for tomorrow.
All right. And then, are they in the quarterfinals in the French Open right now?
I'm not sure.
They've been playing for a bit, so they got to be winding down there. But
let's see.
While he's
not yet.
Not yet. Still got a ways to go. We're gonna try and also pump out some UFC content for you this week. We got a nice pay-per-view. I believe it is Sean O'Malley gonna get Merab Dvalishvili, so be on the lookout for that. But to kind of close out and look at some stuff here, we got the prize picks. Kind of just going over some of these games we have. I think we had one of these games start already while we were live. Well, actually, no, I'm not really sure. One of my picks has disappeared here. We have Otani, Churio, Carpenter, Ellie De La Cruz. Looks like Machado disappeared. What happened to Machado? Not sure where he went. Okay, so I've got all these players.
Too many people are betting on him.
No, something like that. Might be. So I've got 5 picks here, all over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I'm going to do this as a flex play. You get 5 right, 5x, 4 right, 1.5x, 3 right. You can still have a little fun tomorrow, but you're still going to be hurting. Do you like this today? That's what I would go with. I also think you could do a parlay with Kerry Carpenter home run and an Otani home run. Short, little quick. Sort of money booster. Let's see what that would look like. So what we're looking at here, you get a 5x. If we plug in Carpenter home run.
Well, today, actually, I also have a parlay.
All right.
I'm using on Bovada. I parlay Detroit Tigers, Twins, Red Sox, and Machado over 1.5 runs, hits, RBIs. I'll give you
Machado or Moncado for the
475. Machado. Whatever his name.
Yeah, the only reason I ask is, he's not playing today, but there's a third baseman, Machado, for the Athletics. Just want to make sure I have the right one.
So for 475, they'll give you like about 3K back, 3,100.
Wow. Well, what's the plus money on that?
It's plus 500 something, 545 or something.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get that into in our community pool. You can take a look at that if you're interested in betting. I'll try
And
and
then
get some of.
I got some Boom Fantasy bets, just Dela Cruz and Mikado, and then Mikado and Carpenter.
Mikado. All right, we're gonna
Machado. How do you say his name?
Machado. Machado. Like kind of like Machamp, but
Machado.
Machado. Machado. Anyway, thank you for watching.
Let me t-
Do you have anything to add before we go today? You keep dodging all these bets that we're supposed to be having with each other. They were supposed to be Chewy. I'm not Chewy, but I'm not sure what happened. The shoe got lost. Is there anything you'd like to bet on before we get out of here?
I might take a shot actually with Sablinka. Sablinka's versus Kian Wen. ATP 1 versus 8, I believe. But she's beat her like Ken Wen's been beaten like 3-1. But Sablinko has just been on top of her game this year. She never won an ATP ranking. And she's never let me down. But just a little sprinkle in that. That's it.
All right. Perfecto. Well, we'll get out of here. Should be a bigger slate tomorrow. More games to go through. And we'll kind of go through and see. We'll kind of go through these and see if these picks hit yesterday. Um, Again, we got the parlay that Frank went over. We got our home run parlay, or over hits, runs, RBIs, to kind of break down what went wrong or what went right. So,
Mm-hmm.
peace out, and we'll see you tomorrow, and good luck.